I'm sure I'm not the only one who has this problem, but I have a hard time thinking big. Not in the sense like, oh, I want to see Spain. Oh, I want to make a viral video. I want to sit at the adults table during Thanksgiving dinner. Hashtag life goals. But I'm talking about thinking about bigness in general. I think it's easiest if I lead with an example of the problem. So here we go. I know in my mind, every time you add a 0 to the end of a number, you increase that number by a factor of 10. But if I were hypothetically approached by somebody who wanted to bribe me for who knows what, and they offered me like $10 trillion, I'd be like, psh, no way, man. My integrity can't be bought. But paradoxically, if someone came along and offered me like $500,000, I'd be more like, oh, well, gosh, that's a lot. I mean, you don't want me to kill anyone, right? It's literally 20 million times smaller than the other amount, but for some reason my brain treats the $10 trillion as serious as I would an offer in Monopoly money. It could simply be the fact that I don't believe anybody would make good on a $10 trillion bribe, but I think there's another reason. I simply can't wrap my mind around such a huge number. With $10 trillion, I'd have to think of that in terms of how many planets could I buy, which just sounds ridiculous. But if I think in $500,000, I can think of it in terms of how many movie tickets I could buy, which of course is a far more reasonable unit of comparison. Speaking of planets and movies, I've noticed that my inability to think of bigness has affected the way that I watch movies. When the bad guy threatens to blow up the Earth, or in more recent movies threatens to kill half of the universe's population, I experience a narrow range of emotions going from, great, here we go again, to, yeah, someone should probably stop that guy. Paradoxically, when a maniac clown threatens to blow up 2 boatloads of people, or a kind, innocent, falsely accused person faces the gallows, I'm on the edge of my seat way more than in big world-ending movies. I can't properly imagine the stakes of a movie such as like the Infinity War, so my brain just instantly downplays it and doesn't take it seriously. So counterintuitively, I am in more of a feeling of awe when you scale things down to a level of bigness that my brain can actually understand. So what's the cure? How do we expand our minds to imagine bigness better? I think you actually have to go and see big things like in real life. There is a reason why things such as the Grand Canyon cannot be captured properly in a photo. You can't compare yourself to its massive vastness. You can't have your entire field of vision filled by a single thing. You can't stand on the edge of something that could contain all of the living creatures in the world several times over, and implicitly realize that it is still just a small little crack on this little place that we call home. It's awe-inspiring. I got one more exercise of bigness at the end of this video, but here's my question for the week. When was the last time you experienced awe by the bigness of something? What brought it about? And if you, haven't experienced those things recently, what are you going to do to kind of expand your mind and get a better perspective on how big certain things can be? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you next week. Here's my exercise in bigness. Pretend that your screen is the whole of YouTube. My weekly videos tend to be about 5 minutes long, and when compared to the other 18,000 minutes it's uploaded alongside, takes up about this much space. Not too bad considering this is a worldwide platform, but there's just one big problem. The surrounding yellow of this screen only represents how much video is uploaded every minute. So, when you consider there are 60 minutes in an hour and 24 hours in a day, my weekly videos are smaller than the single pixel on your screen. Hopefully this has been a good exercise for you to realize how much bigger YouTube gets every week. Also, if you like this video and would like to see more videos kind of like this, go ahead and give me a like, a share, a subscribe, something like that to let me know that you like this and make that 1/10 of a pixel that I own in YouTube glow as brightly as possible. Mwah!